In this video, we're going to go over a severe weather outbreak that is going to bring damaging winds and tornadoes to the south, as well as an update on the severe weather today. Before we get into this, go down below and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any future forecasts. Now, we're going to get right into this, looking at the Tuesday outlook for severe weather. We currently have an enhanced risk for severe weather. If you look back at the past video, we saw where there was a 15% chance area, which was yellow, and a 30% chance area, which was orange. But when we get to around 3 days out, we start to see more risks involved. So we have that enhanced bubble right there across northern Louisiana, much of central Mississippi, and southern Arkansas. That is the heart of the severe weather on Tuesday. That slight risk is going to be much more expanding, including all the states of Arkansas, Alabama, Louisiana, and then including most of Alabama, southern Missouri, eastern Oklahoma, eastern Texas, and a little bit of southwestern Tennessee is in that slight risk for severe weather. That marginal risk is going as far north as Nebraska and Iowa. There is going to be again a large line of rain and thunderstorms far north, which could bring some small storms up there in the Kansas City area. And looking at probabilistic, this was just updated a little bit ago, about an hour ago, and now we have for the probabilistic that hatched area is a 10% or greater probability of significant severe weather within 25 miles of a point within some of that red and yellow area. So they are expecting some significant storms already, and this is probably for the supercell threat that's going to be about south of the line of storms, which will bring a potentially big tornado threat to this specific area of Louisiana and southern Mississippi. Today we have a small risk for severe storms over here across Texas and Oklahoma. Again, small area for these storms. This is a tornado driven risk. As you can see, a 5% chance for tornadoes in the brown and a 2% in the green. So a decent chance for tornadoes with some of those supercells that are forming now across that area. You have a slight chance for some damaging winds and a slight chance for hail. If it's down here, you typically always have a chance for hail in Texas and Oklahoma, no matter what month it is. Now, tomorrow for Monday, we also have a chance for severe weather. This expands for, again, Oklahoma and Texas, with, again, a marginal risk going into much of Kansas and central Texas there. This is also a tornado-driven risk with, again, a 5% chance for tornadoes, more including the Oklahoma City area. The Dallas area, Wichita Falls is also in that 5% risk for tornadoes tomorrow. And that 2% risk goes as far north as just southern Kansas, and that 2% is also including Abilene, Texas. You also have that chance for damaging winds and really not a huge chance for hail. If you see hail, it's not going to be very big. Now we are looking at the future radar. This is the NAM 3 km model. So we're starting to get some high resolution models. If you watched the last video, we only had some long range models to look at, but now we have some more high resolution models. You'll get to see which areas will be impacted most. And let's zoom in a bit here to the Texas area. Again, you're going to see those storms throughout this afternoon across that small area of the Texas and Oklahoma border. Let's go into tomorrow, Monday, and this is going to be an overnight threat for Monday into Tuesday. That's going to be for that slight risk across much of central Oklahoma and central North Texas. You are going to see a line of storms that does develop in western Oklahoma about 10 to 11 p.m. along the dry line. You're going to see again a line of storms that mainly bringing damaging winds overnight, impacting much of central Oklahoma before kind of breaking up and forming again. So this will be again throughout the early morning hours of Tuesday with lots of thunder and damaging winds, potentially some tornadoes. Again, this is a tornado driven threat, so be aware of that. as you head into your Tuesday morning across central Oklahoma. This line of storms is going to head eastward, as you can see there, into Arkansas as more of a cluster by now. This is going to be midday of Tuesday. So the main enhanced threat we're looking at now, that main tornado risk is going to be across northern Louisiana and southern Missouri. And then as we head to about 3 p.m. of Tuesday, you'll see this line of storms is up here at 3 p.m. And this will mainly be damaging winds with maybe a couple embedded supercells that could produce tornadoes. They won't be long lived, but they will be quick developing. And here's that concern with that tornado risk down here in Mississippi and Louisiana. You are going to see a lot of supercells that do develop at around 5 p.m. Across northern Louisiana and southern Mississippi. You can see on composite reflectivity, they actually do have that supercell look to them. And this goes as far south as New Orleans, which again, more supercells could be developing down there. These supercells, discrete supercells, will be heading eastward into Alabama as you head into the late evening hours. This is going to be 9 p.m. And that's going to be a stormy night for Alabama. As you see, those clusters of storms are going to start to weaken as you head further eastward. And all those storms will pretty much start to hit Atlanta near midnight, Tuesday into Wednesday. That'll be overnight storms, but not super severe or anything. And overall, these storms probably won't be mass producing lightning, as there's not going to be a ton of energy in the air. But these aren't going to be any storms that are going to produce a ton of lightning like you see in late spring storms or summer storms. This will mainly be a lot of rain and some damaging winds is what you'll see from this system. Now, looking at bulk shear, this is shear is what fuels tornadoes but doesn't fuel hurricanes. For a tornado loves a lot of shear. So looking at bulk shear values, we do have a lot of shear ahead of these storms. These storms are overall going to be in a lot of shear, so there's going to be quite a bit of rotation to these storms. And looking at a couple different things like supercell composite and significant tornado parameter, the ingredients are there for tornadoes down here in the areas of northern Louisiana and southern Mississippi. I do expect at least a 10% hatched risk for tornadoes down here, especially with those potential discrete supercells developing below the line of thunderstorms. And again, that line of thunderstorms is mainly going to be producing damaging winds and maybe a couple of tornadoes, but not anything long lived. From that line, that main tornado threat is going to be down there south of the line of storms. But there's quite a bit of shear down here. As you can see, you're getting 80 knots down here near the surface for bulk shear as these supercells are developing. So that's going to give those storms quite a bit of rotation. And storm relative velocity is looking at the measure for potential for cyclonic updraft rotation. And those updrafts is what brings the wall cloud down, rotates the part of the storm pretty much to produce a tornado. And as you're seeing here, you are seeing plenty of helicity here to rotate those storms. It's pretty obvious here that we're going to see a pretty big tornado threat down here for Tuesday. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. It supports the channel, and if you turn on post notifications, you won't miss a single upload in the future. Hit that big like button down below and leave a comment down below if you're going to be impacted by these storms. Finally, share this video with any friends or family that might want the latest information on this upcoming severe weather outbreak for Tuesday. But as always, I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.